we ask? Either it started as a complaint or it started as a mistake. In 1853, up in New York, though, we know that's where and when it started. And now we have potato chips.
Yeah, well, hang on. I want to go ahead and explain this. So apparently there was this disgruntled customer who wanted his fried potatoes crispier.
Yes.
So now the potato chip is the most popular snack food in America. So apparently he said, I want them crispy. He sent them back to the chef, right?
I derailed the intro on the
He wanted to
potato
just
chips.
jump ahead and talk about this.
I'm excited about the story here.
Right.
He thought his potatoes were too soggy. He said, please make these crispier. And the guy said, here, fried potatoes,
right,
which I think is hilarious.
So that's what you think. That's one theory. But let's go ahead and bring in RJ Harvey. He's the culinary director at Potatoes USA. Hey, RJ, good morning to you. So obviously there are two versions of the creation of the potato chip here. So we're talking about whether it was actually invented in 1853 at this resort in Saratoga, where the chef created them because of this complaint by the customer, or the other is a kitchen worker dropped a slice into hot cooking oil, and then voila, the chef just said, hey, that tastes good.
I like the vindictive chef better. That's my favorite version.
What is the history of the potato chip? Which one do you subscribe to here?
Right, so I believe you're alluding to George Crumb, and George Crumb created the potato chip, or at least how history has it. You know, I personally love this story. I think it is a great story to be told. However, there are very few people that can come to an agreement on this. You know, I believe that, you know, humans have been enjoying potatoes since 8000 BC. And so I find it hard to believe that they did not make their way into some hot oil at some point and created some nice crispy snacking sensation for thousands and thousands of years. I don't want to take anything away from the city of Saratoga, New York, or from George Crumb, but he never really admitted to creating such the snacking sensation. So I love the lore behind it, but you know, in France, there's a dish called pomme soufflé, and it is a crispy potato chip snack that is basically a thin slice of potato that hits hot oil and it inflates. And so that is rumored to have been created many, many years before George Crumb. So, you know, who knows what the story actually is. But regardless, everybody enjoys potato chips.
You know, I think there's something to that. Et voila, the French fry. Like, right?
Voila.
Maybe that's how French fries were created. We don't know.
There's a call for you from Saratoga Springs, New York back here, RJ. I don't know if you want to come get that or... Listen, the potato chip business, it is huge, and I was shocked to see the number on it. Billions of dollars, made up of a lot of regional companies, but now national brands dominate. What changed the salty snack industry?
Well, I think like anything, there are large corporations that end up purchasing smaller corporations and smaller companies. As we've seen with Zapp's or Boulder Canyon, the company Oots recently purchased those. And so as you have companies that absorb these smaller brands, you end up with these large conglomerates. And, you know, it just comes down to manufacturing practices, being able to get as many of these salty, delicious snacks in front of Americans, and they sure do love them.
And quickly, because we were just looking at what the most popular brands are, Lay's, Ruffles, Pringles, but what are the most popular flavors out there? We were fighting during the break. I think that James likes sour cream and onion. I was saying, hey, I like sweet and salty, maybe chocolate dip potato chips. Is there a favorite potato chip that exists? Flavor of potato chip.
You know, I think overall, when it comes down to it, original simple potato chips are some of the most favorited. However, that said, barbecue was actually the first potato chip that was flavored. And you know, I love sour cream and cheddar flavored potato chips. But they've got so many different flavors out there, a myriad of ways that Americans can enjoy this wonderful snack. But when we're talking about plain potato chips that are just potatoes, oil, and salt, they're one of the cleanest snacking options that you can choose from a clean label standpoint. And, you know, when it comes down to it, they actually have a good source of potassium, as potatoes are a good source of potassium for the general American consumer. So I definitely encourage anyone when they're choosing snacks to go ahead and choose potato chips as an option.
Get your potassium.
I don't know if that sells me. Next time my kid asks for potato chips, I'm going to be like, I don't think so.
R.J. Harvey, Culinary Director of Potatoes USA. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
They're enjoying vegetables.